Again, Namaskaram, everyone. We will be continuing our journey with the soul plan so that each one of you can become your own master, your own guru. You don't have to go anywhere, look inside, be at a stage where you can dig into your own life, your own where you stand, and continue moving forward. That is the ultimate path as we move towards, mukti. That means we have to increase our vibration, our energy. So today we will be talking about, one very important thing that time to time we get into this, and that is caregiving. Caregiving is one thing which is like other topics, two ways. You may be giving care, you may be receiving care. A lot of it, again, whether it's Sonia Choquette or Rob Shaw's or the workshops, those are the references of the real life. So we will be taking some examples. So these are the examples which will help us understand to some extent how it works. Now, really to understand how and what our life is all about. And also, of course, we go step by step. We cannot jump on the much higher level unless we go from the basics. And that is the whole purpose why we are talking about this. So when we are today, we'll be talking about caregiving. We'll take a story. In this case, it's a husband and wife. And this one, the name is Bob and Catherine. But again, it's just an example to understand how this really concept works. So in this case, right after the retirement, the wife fell ill and needed full care, of course. As a husband or for a wife herself, there are many questions. Like we all think, why me, why now, and a lot of many questions. So here also, they had the similar question, and the husband he went through some. There are many ways one can do, whether through some medium, people who can uh, help you with your pre-birth planning or soul plan, in between life regression, or those kind of things. And then they understood what's happening. So we'll take earlier of the two lifetime one by one. So here in the previous life, the couple was in the reverse role. The husband was the wife, and wife was the husband. Again, as I mentioned in previous example, it's not necessary that in every incarnation we play the same role, reverse order, or anyway, it could be different. But in this case, it was reverse. Husband was wife, wife was husband. And they had a child who was beautiful, healthy until age 5. And then the girl child contracted a disease similar to polio. So she was paralyzed and she needed full care. Now you can imagine um, having two young children and then this child. So then young children were sent away for a while. They thought that maybe the younger ones will get from the elder one. And after some time, they came back some months later. However, it was certainly, the life was all about taking care of this child, the elder one. Certainly, as a mother, she loved the child. And remember, the mother in this example is who's the husband now. So, but she could not bear, the situation, the pain, the suffering of the child. So what she did was she took the two younger children and left the sick child with the father. And father means in current life, the mother. So she was not happy doing it in her heart, leaving the sick child behind with the husband. But that was the choice. That was the choice she made. Now, that was one of the reasons that the part of the pre-birth planning in this lifetime was to stay. and take care. Don't run away. So that is why the husband decided as a soul plan that yes, in this lifetime, uh, that he will be there for his wife because they have switched the roles. And by serving the wife, the idea was to balance much of the karmas incurred in the past life and also heal the underlying tendency of running away from difficult situation. So in this current lifetime, he had made a different choice because before he had a similar plan but could not execute, ran away from it. So this time the idea was that, okay, I will stay and I will take care. Now, this was one. There was another lifetime between the same soul family. That means between the same couple that we are talking about in today's lifetime. In that case, uh, the current wife was the mother and the current husband was the son. And this is another similar example, which, many of you will be able to relate because what happens is a very common thing, many of us go through. So in this case, the mother, and they were basically, just like a beautiful family. And but the father had died, so it was just mother and the son. And then what had happened was there was no sibling, so that means the son was kind of, the only one the mother had. And when the son was 16, the mother had an accident and got, in a carriage, and then she was partially paralyzed. And in this case, uh, the son was, doing what the father would have done, taking care of the house and all those responsibilities. But at the same time, now he has to take care of the mother. Now, in fact, it went on. The son got married, and then the mother went to, his home, son's house. And now the son had to share the attention between mother and the wife. Now, son was taking care of the mother, right? Like he should have. However, there was a big issue. There was an undertone of resentment. That means you are taking care, however, not with love. Resentment means you are, from inside, you are not happy, you are just complaining, you are full of kind of negativity or what we say, whining nature. Now, in this case, what happens? Uh, Not only you have resentment, but you are also reflecting that energy to the person you are taking care of. So what's happening in this one is in this lifetime, that's why the husband, because who was the son in previous life of in this role, wanted to take care of his wife in this role with love. Because last time also, as a soul, as a pair, he did, but not with love, with resentment, with negative energy. So love doesn't mean that there will never be resentment or pain. No. However, love should be extended to the self as well as to the other, caring for yourself as well as caring for others. And that was one of the plan for this lifetime. That, okay, in this lifetime, I will take care with love. And this is a key theme, key topic that many of us need to learn. We end up taking care, we end up doing the thing, but if you are doing it with some pain, resentment, whining, and all those negativity inside you, you are not able to fulfill that part. So you think, oh, okay, I have done my role and I have overcome this karma. I'll be able to release the karma. It may not be so because you are doing it, but you're not learning from it. And remember, when we were talking about balancing the karma, this is very important. Not only you go through this experience, but you are learning, you are appreciating, you are experiencing those emotions and that learning from it, which only comes when it is true love, oneness, compassion. But if you're whining, then all those things goes away. It's only the negative energy. So you see, this is a very important part that we must keep in mind, that whenever we are taking care or going through some experience, we have to be, with all those positive energy, compassion, love. I understand when you're taking care of someone for a long time, day, week, month may go okay, and then it becomes too much, and then the negativity falls in. But that's where we have to be careful, and don't do it just with a fear that, oh my God, if I don't do, then I won't be fulfilling my, the learning. That's why I should be happy, and you are pretending to be happy. See, you cannot pretend to yourself. We can hide things from others, we can pretend to others, but not to yourself. And this is where it becomes tricky, and little effort is required. And that is why we say meditation. Look inward, connect with your inner self. And this is the whole purpose. These themes, these topics, whole plan, pre-birth planning, all those things helps you, but it should not induce any fear in you, because then again, you kind of defeat the purpose. Now, this may seem like a great burden for, in this particular life, the wife, but she's also learning, right? Because in the first lifetime, the father was very angry, feeling himself abandoned, right? Now, first lifetime means, remember, when the mother took the two young children and left the sick one with the father, because now the roles have switched. That's why it is Catherine now. So see here, not only the mother who left was not happy with it, of course, the father who's left with the sick kid was also very angry, full of negative energy, feeling abandoned and all that thing. So what happened? These are all negative energy. In the second lifetime, as a mother who was injured, she felt unworthy to ask for care, because she had to go to his son, to her son, and son was taking care. And because son had negative energy, resentment, she could feel. The person you are taking care of can see whether you are doing it with a smile on your face, or, full of negativity or whining nature. You can't hide. Your body language will tell. So she wanted to just, go away, disappear. She was feeling like a burden, to the son. But she couldn't help. Because of son's resentment, she had resentment. So now you see the negative energy travels. So that negative energy created all the anger, the belief system that I'm not good, I'm a burden, and I'm not worthy. All those things gets into the person. So when someone we love is ill, not doing well, we are taking care, it's very important that we do not feed that person this negative energy, negative emotion, regard to the illness, because then we are putting more and more the person into that negative false belief. And this develops over time. A day or week may go by, and everything seems okay. So in this case, this false beliefs kicks in. A soul who had responded to a challenge in the past life, developing this kind of feeling, would then seek a similar experience in the next incarnation. So in the next lifetime, the soul will select one similar scenario in order to rise above it, in order to overcome this false belief that I am not worthy, in this case example that we are talking about. So the soul has picked another life challenge with a similar one so that the soul can feel the infinite worth, because that's what a soul is. We have unlimited potential. Our real, nature of any soul is true love, oneness, compassion. These are the hallmark as a soul. But however, in the human incarnation, we get stuck with those low level frequency, low level energy. And then what happens is, you have all these kind of false beliefs. So this is very important that, these kind of situation, false beliefs, we don't let it come in our life. But, this is what happens when we go through this, and one person may transfer the energy, negative or positive, to the other. Now, another important thing here, timing. So this was planned. It was not a coincidence that this happened towards the retirement. So in this lifetime, the father, he had run away previously. So, he had this fear. And again, this is pre-birth, when the soul was planning that if we bring this situation early in the life, he may abandon the wife again because he has done it in the previous incarnation. So he needed it at a point where it was very clear that he would not and could not abandon her. And see, the beauty is this caregiving contract was between the husband and the wife, right? Bob and Catherine. So that is why children were not involved in this. And that is why it was planned that this situation will come towards the retirement, when you have taken care of the children. Children are out of the, picture, in the sense they have grown up, they have gone to their own, life, studies, living their own life independently. So now he can focus on the wife. Otherwise, he would have probably abandoned the wife again. So some people may have this judgmental thing in this example that, oh, the children did not take care of the wife or mother in this case, right? Uh, for the child. But remember, this is the contract between these two souls, in this case, husband and the wife. So children are not interfering, taking care and all. In this case, is the father, the Bob, who was uh, supposed to take care and overcome this habit of running away. That was the soul plan for Bob. So that means he has to take care, not the kids, not anyone else. So that is how the timing is also decided. So not only what, but when is also important. And this is, you can say, the intricacy, the complexity of soul plan. It's not just coincident that, I plan this, it can happen anytime. It is also dependent on what you are trying to work on. And this is something which is, depending on two key factors, uh, which is karmic lesson, karmic challenges. And this question comes again and again in our mind that, is this the first part of my karmic lesson, or is it the second part? Am I completing and releasing it, or am I just starting working on this? So how would you know? Have we balanced it? Have we released it? That, what I'm doing right now means taking care of. So yes, and these two phrases, whether it's your karmic lesson, challenges, they do sometimes used interchangeably, right? But here is the thing. Whenever there is a fear, there is a stress, uh, you can imagine your energy is contracting, because fear, stress induced through fear or many other factors is not a positive energy. It's not elevating energy. So your kind of energy is shrinking, and sometimes, you develop different kind of health issues. As simple as immune system related, because see, when you are under stress, the immune system goes down. Your digestive power goes down, and you may have some blood pressure issue, heart issue, and different kind of issue depending on what's happening. So you can feel, uh, you know, uh, this kind of feeling if you are looking inward. And if you are able to work skillfully, if you're able to overcome this stress, then yes, then you can overcome this situation, which is contraction of energy and all those things. What happens is most of the time in our life, we are only commenting on others. We are only worried about others' life, others, what's happening, not happening, we are not looking inward. That is why meditation is so important. We are here for ourselves, forget the others. They are part of our contract. We may have to do certain things, but we spend most of our time just judging others, commenting others, and all those things which does not help. In fact, it puts us behind and behind on our own path. So you have to be careful that yes, you may be reacting, you may be acting in the sense of working on whatever is happening, which is causing you stress and all those things. But you have to keep in mind, it should not be out of fear. It should not be any obsessiveness in you that you want to just somehow overcome that. Oh, I have to do, if something is like this, that means part of my soul plan, I have to fix, I have to overcome this. Otherwise, fearfully, you are thinking this will happen, that will happen. Because negative energy can never give you positive results. So what's happening is, if you are simply doing your day-to-day things, whatever it is, right? Whatever life you have, with kindness, right? With love, oneness, with ease. Now, that is a good indication that whatever you are doing, whatever you are going through, you are moving in the forward direction. So don't worry that is it my first part or second part? Don't worry, am I balancing or not? A very easy barometer, a very easy way to find out to see what's happening or not happening is, am I going through whatever I'm going through with ease, with graciousness, with powerful, positive energy? Am I able to accept it? Or I'm stressed the whole day, I'm just whining, I'm with full of negative energy. This will tell you where you are on the right path or you are not on the right path. Are you learning from it and moving forward, or there is room for improvement? So when you have helped whosoever, in this case, as we are talking about, taking care of someone who needs help in medical, mental, emotional, whatever the case may be, caring for someone, then keep it in mind. Don't get into the negative part, and don't kind of blame others. Don't be negative kind of a person who's always, blaming everyone else for the situation or misery in your life kind of thing. So when you can do this without any of this negativity, you can reasonably assume that you are on the right path. Because otherwise, when you're taking care, when you're going through such thing, it will be a lot of negativity coming out of you. But when you can do it peacefully, without blaming anyone, without any negativity, now you know that you are on the right path. Why? Because your personality is maturing through responsibility to family. You have picked up this life, you have picked up this particular example, in this case, scenario in your life. So you have to not only experience it, but learn from it. And learning means emotionally. In this case, Bob didn't run away from it. So finally, he overcome that nature of the soul of running away from the responsibility or taking care of people. You know, so you don't whine, you are not arrogant, you are a true leader, compassionate, oneness, all those, the positive energies in you. Now you are overcoming the situation. Now you are increasing what we say the vibration, the frequency of the soul. So if you wanted to go through and develop this, that's why you plan this, but then you have to execute it as well. Now, in this case, there was another, like, the challenge is learning to control overly impulsive tendency, because, this is one thing. We all love our personal freedom. When the personal freedom is limited, that's when our true capability, our true nature is reflected. When everything is normal, everything goes as per our wish, yeah, person can do the right things. Only when you are challenged. Now you say you cannot do this because you are taking care of a person. I want to go here and there. I cannot go, I cannot leave the person alone. All those things. Now your freedom is limited. This is a true test now. And this is where you would know if you have learned or not. And this brings to a very key thing, which in this case, of course, was there, but very commonly with everyone is emotional independence, which is in simple term, you can say, what is emotional independence? Stop blaming others for your challenge. So this is all about learning that you are the only source of your happiness. No one else can. If you want to be happy, only you can make yourself happy. So if you stop dominating people around you, different, it doesn't matter, family, work, neighbors, whatever, to get what you want, to fulfill your needs. Now no, it is not others, it is me. Now this is a big change. So in this case, the mother, she had a big, important karmic challenge, right? Uh, to take care of, which is spiritual growth, evolvement, through the first enriching the relationship with herself. Remember, in the previous life, she had this false belief, I'm not worthy, because the son was kind of whining while taking care of her. So she's learning that. She's working on the emotional independence in this life. So in this case, both are learning out of the same experience. The husband who's taking care, not running away. The wife going through and experiencing that I'm worthy. I've been taken care. He's not running away. So this love and compassion, you see, is helping on both sides. In this case, in this life, the husband who's not running away, the wife feeling, yes, I'm worthy, and overcoming that false belief, because we all have false beliefs. Once you look inward, you will find one. And once you have this false belief, only you can overcome. That's why, again, the meditation, again, your own sadhana. Others can help you explaining how these topics, these things work, but ultimately only you and you can overcome this. You have to be your own guru, your own master. We are only there to share the wisdom, but truly don't look at anyone as a master guru. No, you are your own guru. So once this is done with love, the feeding, belief of unworthiness goes away. Then you are overcoming that challenge. That means the next life you may pick some other topic to work on. The soul realized the infinite value, the limitations is not there. You're unlimited. You can do anything, you can become anything. The capability for you to be compassionate for everyone, not just for a person or two, for everyone. We just have to realize that. Because in human incarnation, we feel limited. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. I wish I had more money, I could have taken care. Oh, I wish I had more time, I could have taken care. Oh, I wish I was in the same city, I would have taken care. All those limiting, negative, or restricted feelings that we get are excuses. When we realize the infinite value does not matter of any situation, okay, having the positive feeling, the oneness, kindness, all those things, this caregiving, in this example, as we are talking about, may come to an end. because now you are releasing the karma because you have learned from it. If you have completed both sides, yes, it may come to an end. So in this case, as they learn the empathy, the expression of love, not running away, facing the music, facing the challenge, which they did not do in the previous life, now they are overcoming. So you see, as a soul, they get the opportunity and motivation to learn kindness, patience, compassion. In this example, what we have seen. So another important thing is caregiving lends itself to judgment. People, when they're judging both ways, judging yourself and judging others. So, like in the previous incarnation, husband, in this case, which is Bob, was judging the wife's behavior, right? Like the very first life we talked about. She ran away with the two kids, left the sick one to him. So he was judgmental, full of negativity and all those things. So we cannot cease to judge others until we no longer judge ourselves. So it's very important that we stop judging ourselves. It's like both are interconnected. We judge others, which is very simple. It's easy to see, but you have to also see that we end up judging ourselves. If you judge someone else, pretty much you can rest assured, it's given that you carry the same judgment of yourself. So if we are telling someone, hey, look, whether on the way the person talk, the way the person walk, the way the person looks, the way the person, behave or do things or whatever that may be, there is something in you of the same category at least. And that's why we are judging others. So even if you are taking, care of someone, but full of pity. So pity is a subtle form of judgment. All pity implies the judgment. So if you pity yourself or another one for, receiving care or giving care, then remember, it's part of judgmental nature. So we have to overcome by compassionate, deep love universe, which has, uh, helping you to overcome this both ways. Because when we have a soul plan contract, it's on both sides. Both are learning something different, but both are learning. It's not one-way traffic. It could be a heartbreaking experience when you're taking care of a child or adult, whether old age or young. Suddenly it is. But it is intended to be so. That was planned. Why? To overcome certain either false belief, you wanted to experience some emotions, some wanted to take care, which you could not in the previous life. And that is what you are trying to break the old habits, moving towards the new, moving towards what we call the pure soul, which is full of oneness, feeling of unlimitedness, self-love and love for others, all this compassion and everything. So masters, when we talk about caregiving, it goes two ways, not just the care you are giving to others, yourself as well. And remember, this is our plan. And as we have gone through this, whether it's judgmental, whether it's all these negative whining and all this, important thing is to learn to move forward. So if there are any questions, we will take it from there.